of the press corps media from Chennai. Shri Sushil Chandra, Honorable Election Commissioner, Shri Rajiv, Honorable Election Commissioner, Rajiv Kumar ji, and myself, we came here yesterday from Delhi. We started our first meeting with around 12 o'clock. We reached here at about 11, maybe 11:15 or 30. We started our first meeting with the political parties because it is the firm belief of the Commission that after the voters, political parties, political entities are the most important part of the entire electoral edifice. After that, we had a meeting with our own CEO and these people, police nodal officer, and then we started the meeting with the district magistrates, SPs, CPs of police, others. That went on till late evening. Today morning, we had a meeting with the central and state enforcement and regulatory agencies, which was followed by a meeting with the Chief Secretary Tamil Nadu, one of the best spoken officers in Delhi, who has joined just 12 days back, 12 or 15 days back, and his team, DGP, Home Secretary, Health Secretary, all other senior secretaries. And after that, as we always do, before leaving, we come to the fourth estate, that is you people, to kind of share our thoughts of the visit and then answer your queries and questions. On the issues of queries and questions, I would like to make a request that Shefali ji moderate it. She is additional DG of the PIB, seconded to the Commission. And if we ask questions one by one, it will be easier to reply. And you can we'll try and settle all your doubts and answer and satisfy your queries. The term of the State Assembly in Tamil Nadu is due to expire on 24th May 2021. Elections are due for 234 assembly constituencies, General 188, SC 44 and ST 2 in the state. Tamil Nadu elections have consistently witnessed a high voter turnover. In fact, and we expect that these elections will have an even higher voter turnover. Commission is, as you're all aware, committed to conduct the forthcoming elections in a free, fair, peaceful, accessible, inclusive, very important for Tamil Nadu, inducement-free and COVID-safe elections. At the same time, our attempt is always to achieve participation of all voters, with special focus on participation of new voters, women, persons with disabilities, and senior citizens. As you are all aware, all of us had a traumatic year of COVID, which fortunately in Tamil Nadu is now on a receding curve. But even during that pandemic period, Commission conducted initially Rajya Sabha and several by-elections. and then took up the challenge to conduct Bihar elections. Bihar elections were really a challenge for the Commission because there was a lot of skepticism that with 7.50 crore voters population, how are you going to manage it? As I said, when I announced the press conference of Bihar elections before your colleagues in Delhi, that for us this is a leap of faith, but certainly not a leap in the dark. But this word or this phrase, leap of faith, was something behind which a lot of preparation had taken place. Our senior most officer, Mr. Umesh Sinha, who was the overall in charge of administration and planning in the elections, he had taken a series of meetings. Chandrabhushan ji, who is here, who was in charge of Bihar elections, visited Bihar twice, tested the waters, gave us very useful feedback. And then the commission was there in Patna for 2 days, just as we are here for 2 days. And we felt, and I have no hesitation in complimenting them, that the team Bihar, in terms of collectors, SPs, they really picked up the gauntlet and put their best foot forward to conduct an exemplary election. Not a single repoll, by the way. This is despite the fact that at least 2 or 3 collectors, 1 divisional commissioner, they had suffered from COVID just in the run-up to the elections. Despite that, they rejoined their duties and became some kind of sorry, for others. In fact, one collector who was a medical doctor, he even shared his own experiences with all other colleagues on a virtual basis. A lady divisional commissioner also was suffering from COVID, but she also showed the same zeal. One IGP, unfortunately, passed away due to COVID and other comorbidities. We tried to, you cannot compensate such things, but we requested his wife and daughter to come to Delhi and receive the posthumous award on the National Voters' Day, which is on 25th January every year, and normally presided over by Honorable President of India, as it was done this year also. After the meeting with political parties, as I have already told you, the main points raised them, a brief summary of that is as under. The political parties gave their preference for single-phase poll. They desired that counting should be done a day or two after the poll. We explained to them that when we are conducting elections in more than one state, we cannot do this. Because one state may be having one phase, another state, like in Lok Sabha, also may be having 5 phases, 6 phases. In the case of some states, even 7 phases. In that eventuality, if the results of one state are declared just one day after or 2 days after, especially, for example, here the neighboring states, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, in that case, it becomes difficult not to, the results of one state are bound to influence the voting pattern of other states. That is why we have no choice but if there are multiplicity of states, we keep the counting at the very end. We explained this to the political parties. They also demanded more CAPF, which every state demands, and election observers from outside the state. We explained to them that election observers are invariably appointed from outside the state, and not even those people who belong to that state but are in some other cadre. This we explained to them. They have pointed out the rampant abuse of money power and freebies being allotted in the state. That, if you recall just now, when I used the word free, fair, COVID-free, I also specially emphasized the word inducement-free. That was by purpose, not accidental. Some parties appreciated the postal option, ballot option, facility for senior citizens and PWD voters. Some expressed apprehensions of misuse. So it was a mixed feedback. One or two parties also talked about postal ballot introduction, but that is a subject which has been settled long back with a couple of judgments by Honorable High Courts and Honorable Supreme Court. Somebody said that polling stations should be properly accessible. They also expressed some reservations on the electoral rolls. In very few cases, we told them, you tell us specific matters, and it's an ongoing process, and we will get them looked into. Some party representatives suggested polling hours to be extended. Immediately after the meeting within the commission, we discussed it with our officers, and because of the social distancing norms, we have decided to extend by 1 hour. It is for the CEO and Mr. Umesh Sinha to work out the details, and when we actually announce the elections, exactly those hours shall also be announced. But we have taken a decision that 1 hour more. Some political parties suggested that voter education material and apps should be made in local language. We explained to them that we start by doing it in English and national language, but we invariably keep on going towards the vernacular translations and transliterations, although we have not much wherewithal to get it done, but we involve various people on contract to try to do it, and CEOs also try to do their best in that direction. One party suggested, they complained about a specific strong room in Chennai. In fact, immediately after our meeting with the political parties was over, we asked Mr. Chandrabhushan, our DEC, and the collector or commissioner, whosoever is in charge of that strong room, to go and visit it. And also take photographs, still photographs and videography. Same day. And then rejoin the meeting. That all was done. A report is in my hands. The issues were not as major or even as minor as told to us. Any case, I would request CEO to make available whatever information was collected besides the video or audio to all of you, in case you need it. We also have some stills of the audio photographs which show that essentially both the stories, upper stories, are absolutely in order. Only at the lower floor, where some reserve EVMs are kept, there was a door which was not ajar as it should be. But in any case, the commission was sensitive enough to the feedback from the party concerned and sent a team headed by one of our officers within an hour of their departure. Some political parties also said that ECI should start ensuring that poll manifestos are adhered to by the parties. Frankly speaking, this is not in the material of ECI. This is not our domain. This is actually for the political parties to kind of come to some kind of a consensus over this issue and do it. But yes, it is a very desirable goal. I will now like to tell you that what we think about all this. As you are already aware, because of the social distancing norms, the number of polling stations, the norm has been relaxed, and now it is, instead of 1,500, 1,000. As a result of that, we had 68,324 polling stations in Tamil Nadu as per the old norms. Now with the new COVID norms, 25,000 more have been added, making it a total of 93,000. You will appreciate that 25,000 more would entail that much more arrangement in terms of men, material, everything. And detailed guidelines have also been issued by the Commission way back just before the Bihar elections, which are available on the website of the Commission CEO as well as the website of your health department. In any case, I have got a copy with me also. And I would request the CEO that if it is not available to any of you, the same should be made available immediately. Because of the money factor of inducement in Tamil Nadu, besides the normal observers we send, we have decided to send special expenditure observers. This we have been doing in Lok Sabha also, state to state basis, not necessarily everywhere. Just as somewhere we put special focus on the law and order observers, somewhere we have to take help of special expenditure observers. These special expenditure observers are invariably of the rank of retired secretaries to the Government of India, chairman of the CBDT retired, of that level. And also, many of them whom we choose it very selectively, very carefully. They have outstanding reputations for integrity themselves. In Tamil Nadu, we probably will end up sending at least 2 special expenditure observers and one very senior person who will also be with them to give overall guidance for Tamil Nadu and Kerala. All this will be shared with all of you when we do the press conference in Delhi, announcing the polls. And we will also, this time we have also decided, after the feedback from political parties, that the central forces, when we do this randomization of police forces, the complaint is that the local state government kind of, they send them wherever they like, etc., etc. Whether the complaint is correct or not, wherever we go, this issue is brought up to our notice. So we have already decided before coming here that for all these 5 poll-going states and in future everywhere, the CAPF, the Central Forces Coordinator, shall be at the apex level a part of the committee which does the randomization or the allocation of forces from one place to the other. And similarly, in the district level, the senior most general observer will be a part of the local committee. This is a very major decision that we've already taken. It will be formally conveyed to the CEOs in the next 2-3 days maximum. We also reviewed the arrangements for COVID, material procurement, etc. Chief Secretary told us that he had taken a very detailed meeting yesterday, and we hope that the materials shall be procured in time by your corporation, and Chief Secretary has assured us that he will personally be monitoring it very rigorously. When we had the meeting of the regulatory agencies, we were, I must say, we are quite unhappy with the overall performance of the State Excise Department as well as the Special DG Enforcement. We have brought the relevant facts to the notice of Chief Secretary at length in the meeting which happened just before it, because we felt that much more could have been done with a state which has an excise revenue of 34,000 crore. The kind of seizures which were done, they don't even come to decimal, how many decimal points you have to put after zero. Honorable Excise Commissioner was not even able to calculate it. And we were also very disappointed when we were told that during enforcement in a particular seizure of almost 2 crore, they have registered 23 to 27,000 cases, which means there is a small guys, in fact, some drivers, some couriers, some the foot soldiers who are being caught and not the big fish. We have sought a special report on this matter from the Additional Chief Secretary Home, who also looks after the Finance Department. I think I will now throw the floor open for the questions.
Just a minute. Can you please identify yourself and speak
and
one by one?
One second. I requested you and I request you again, and please don't make me request you again and again. Raise your hands. She will pick up one by one. We are not going anywhere. We'll try to answer as many queries as possible.
We'll have time for all of you. We'll begin with the first row. Please, your organization, your name and the question, please.
This is Ramesh, Pudhiya Thalamarai TV, Tamil Nadu. My question is, ruling AID government wants the April 4th week election will be conducted. This is their request. What is election commission stand on this, sir?
Sorry?
Ruling AIDMK wants April 4th week election will be conducted. What is your election commission stand, sir?
In what? I am still not getting you. Ruling a party wants what?
Sir, following the request from various political parties.
But this is not typical to the ruling party only. Many parties talked about some local festivals, the Tamil New Year, the exams, the heat. I must inform both the honorable friends that before announcing the dates, Mr. Sinha and his team, they take into account all that. For example, the exams. He had 4 or 5 meetings with the chairman of Central Board of Education and gave him our feedback on the dates, etc., which to a large extent were accommodated. Secondly, we also know Tamil Nadu has warm in April, so is Rajasthan, so is Madhya Pradesh, so is the entire North India, you see, and we keep in view the sensitivities of, for example, Bihu, your New Year, Pongal, all these things, and it is not just one party. Even if ruling party doesn't say this, we will be keeping all these things in view. So kindly do not get into the party thing in that. I don't know why you did. But yes, we will keep into account all these factors before announcing the elections, and the people who first of all come to know the dates, etc., are you in Delhi.
So
In
this
the
is
second
challenge.
row, just a minute. You've had your question. Let him have a chance. Yeah.
I am Shankaran from Tandi TV, correspondent. Every election, during the election time, many politician parties or politician people give money and gift to voters. Election Commission also filed many cases. But after that, what is the action taken against politician parties? Last few parliament election and assembly elections, how many politician parties punished for the activities?
No, if you want the number of cases, etc., we can separately provide you a sheet of the cases registered earlier. By the way, if the ECI was not sensitive to the expenditure issue in expenditure, not legitimate expenditure limit of 30.04 lakhs, but the distribution of freebies, etc., and inducements, the EC would not have rescinded 2 elections here, Vellore and Arkanagar twice, which was the harshest action taken by the EC in any state. And this time also we assure you, if you want a district-wise list also, I'll request we have already reviewed it in the meeting of SPs yesterday, but if you want a detailed list, I'll request the CEO to furnish this detailed list and in fact put it on the state website in the next 24 hours. And this time, as I said, we have already decided that instead of 1, we will send 2 special expenditure observers and 1 observer much more senior to even them for Tamil Nadu and Kerala.
Your question.
Yeah. Sir,
Question
this is talent from Pudhiya Thalamarai TV, sir. Here, sir.
There was a question behind you. Let him have it, then you can come
sir,
back to you.
This is talent from Pudhiya Thalamarai TV. Sir, the EC has decided to give postal ballot for elderly, NRIs and differently abled, but many political parties are opposed to give postal ballot for them. Any decision taken on it, sir?
This is a very good question. You see, EC has not done it only for Tamil Nadu. This was done in Delhi elections, assembly elections earlier, and then those arrangements were reviewed after that. If you see the standing orders of Ministry of Home Affairs, they say that people above 65 are vulnerable. In Bihar, we had even thought of this kind of extending this facility up to 65, but we decided against it because in Bihar we had to create 33,000 extra polling stations, just as in Tamil Nadu we are creating 25,000 extra polling stations. Now, saying this, for example, just before coming here, somebody met us. They said that people around 80 are senile. And why should they be? They will always be accompanied by somebody. I didn't say anything at that time. We were rushing to this place because we did not want to be late here at all. But I was thinking that most of the people, our own fathers, they are above 80, 85, and touch wood, many of them, rather most of them, are very active, and to say that they are senile or near senility, that would be very unjust, and in fact almost cruel. Second part, most important part from your point of view, is that they can be influenced or the local officials can do that. We did not have this experience in Bihar, which is certainly having more voters than Tamil Nadu. And we are very sure that our systems are so kind of rigid that we will not have this experience in Tamil Nadu also. So we will not be able to reconsider this. Of course, we are trying to put more forces in every state so that, and we are also, as I told you just now, We have already given role to the Central Police Force coordinator to play a greater role in the deployment and randomization so that this kind of advantage by anybody not be taken. It cannot be taken or should not be taken.
So this is Abhinesh from News 18 Tamil Nadu. Almost all the political parties representatives have requested to conduct the poll in one phase. The EC have decided on that.
That you will know the day we announce the elections in Delhi. Your counterparts will be there. If you want, you also come there.
A question on the right here. Just
Despite,
No, I think you raise your hand first.
despite many measures, allegations of distribution of cash and gifts have always surfaced. So will you be considering other steps other than sending two special expenditure observers?
No, these two special expenditure observers are in addition to district observers.
Yes, sir. Will you be coming up with more measures to ensure inducement-free elections in Tamil Nadu? This is because, despite all measures in the past, allegations of distribution of cash and other kinds of gifts have always been made. So, will you be thinking of more measures other than arrangements like special expenditure observers, especially for Tamil Nadu? Since here, in all the past elections, if you see, including R.K. Nagar, such allegations have always been made.
No, that is why I specifically talked of R.K. Nagar, where we rescinded it twice. And in this meeting in the morning we had with the central and state regulatory agencies, you ask them off the record and they will know how much EC has emphasized about this. There are several things we are planning to do and we shall do, but I'm sorry to say that it will not be possible for me to share a lot of things in public domain because we have given certain instructions and we shall be conducting another meeting with your senior officers and enforcement agencies after a week or 10 days virtually as a VC to review as to what is the outcome of the meeting we held today.
Sir, can you please give us a hint about the likelihood of elections, whether in April or May, sir?
You will know in Delhi press conference.
Your question here.
But yes, it will definitely be before 24th May because that is the time when your assembly expires.
Sir, Apurva here from Republic TV. So just wanted to ask you, you said that post the 2 days meeting, there have been a lot of discussion that had been held and you've been unhappy with the excise, state excise department and several other measures. What kind of, what are the measures that you would like to take with respect to talking with the officials and anything else that you'd like to change or bring in measures?
It is a rephrase of the same question which the other gentleman asked and I think I have answered it already.
Any other question? Otherwise, we'll call it an end to this. I don't see any other hands going up. Thank you so much.
Very nice meeting all of you and wish you have a very robust, free, fair, transparent election. After all, Tamil Nadu used to have some of the best administrative traditions and I am sure this election again will kind of vindicate that Tamil Nadu has had a very good election and no velours and no R.K. Nagars. Thank you.
Okay, we have another one here.
கன்னியாகுமரியில் மிஸ்டர் வசந்தகுமார் எம்பி இறந்து 6 மாதம் ஆக போகுது.
I'm not getting you. You either.
There's an echo. It's not clear what.
கன்னியாகுமரி. Yeah. So
it'll be conducted along with this.
Sir, this is.
Are you contesting?
Sir, this is not. Sir, this is not a question. This is just a request from very journal persons. Sir, as we are essential work, we are doing essential work. You are already decided to give a postal ballot for many of them, including LDD, NRI, and definitely able. We are doing essential work. Our native places are some other places. So, is there any decision taken on it for journalists, for postal ballot for journalists, sir?
Now that you have mentioned it, we'll we'll decide about it. Okay. We'll discuss it. No decision taken so far. You wanted to ask something? Somebody can speak for you. Kanyakumari is going to happen.